Okay. Good evening, everyone. I hope that you're well this evening, and thank you for joining a bit early. Thank you so much. Our instructor is already here as well, Dr. Innocent from Rwanda. And today we are going to start on time. But before we do, I just want to ensure that I've captured where all of you are coming from. The rest of the attendees are going to join, but for those that are already here, please just post on your chat, on the chat here, where you're coming from, so that we can interact. And if you've already set your exams, also just post when you're going to sit for the exam, if it's August or September. We do this so that you can easily connect with other candidates who are sitting during the same time. So feel free to post on the chat that where you're from, and also when you're sitting for the exam as well. And then I will pass it on to Dr. Innocent. I've seen from South Africa, 23rd of September. Yeah, keep posting on the chat as well. So I'll hand over to Dr. Innocent to just start us off today. Thank you so much.
So thank you very much. I can add also, I request them to join also the PMI event in this month that will be happening in Rwanda. So my name is Innocent Rusagara. I have been in University of Rwanda from 2003. I have been providing mathematics, and I have been providing project management courses from 2014. And also we are in outsourcing business and also investment advisory business in terms of fundraising, proposal writing, business intelligence and networking. So in general, I wanted to tell you that the PMP is really the cornerstone of everything that my company have done, because we have got more than 300,000 USD just in a 1 year when we're just being approved by the PMI as registered educational provider. So to tell you that to have the PMP, to be connected with the PMI, it is something that can really help you to reach far. Not only that, in our outsourcing services, when we are applying and when they are checking about quality assurance. So because we are an authorized training partner and because I'm having also the PMP, and so we pass directly. So which means that having a PMP and also connecting with PMI, it is something very, very important. It can help you in your own life. And also it can help you for your organization. It can also help organization themselves. How? When, for example, an organization is having a lot of projects and many programs, they are also required to have a minimum standards. So when they come for audits and they find that the people who are working on different projects, they are not really certified. It means that there are things which are missing. But when they find that you are having people who are PMP certified, program manager certified, portfolio certified, and agile and so on, so they say now this organization really is outstanding. And also when things go wrong, it may go wrong naturally, not because of the pupil. If you don't have experts who are in your organization, they may even think that it is this which is causing that the organization is going bad. So it means that really having PMP credential, we're not only benefiting the the owner, it will also benefit the organization. Another thing that also you have to know is that when you are having a PMP, when you are employing people who are PMP certified, you are really more secure, more secure. Why? If, for example, a staff go wrong and misuse the information, do malpractice. So if the organization can report the staff to PMI, if he was PMP certified, immediately PMI is going to revoke the certification. By revoking the certification, you know, the certification is also connected with ANSI, American National Standard Institutes, which is accrediting PMP certification, which has accredited the PMI for PMP certification. So if they remove that certification, also in the US Defense, in the entire US or even UN, you will be removed. They will be seeing that there is something wrong with you. So which means that if you do malpractice to your organization is secure, because if PMI revoke your certification, it will create trouble to you. So it means that having people who are really having PMP, it is a security to organization, and it is also an assurance to quality assurance for the organization, and also an opportunity to the owner for international opportunities, consultancies, and so on. So if really we are talking about PMP, you have to understand the value of it and how you are going to utilize it, and you have to have it just right now. So don't delay to schedule your exam. Better to schedule, and then you do the exam. You may fail, but someone who have failed is different from someone who did not sit for the exam, because when you have failed, you know your weaknesses and you can sit again. And also failing really, I say that the bad thing of failing, the chances to lose it, to not really pass the exam, it is not really, the probability of it is very low if you do what you consult echo exam content while reading, where you focus, you say, did I cover this content? Did I cover these contents? Because echo, you are having people with 14 tasks. We are having a process with 17 tasks, and we are having business environments with 4 tasks. So in total, those are 35 tasks. So those 35 tasks, if really you take a time and go through every task, you will be knowing what is really your weaknesses, and there are some questions that can help you. If you subscribe to PMI, to the PMP study hall, you will be having practice question on every task, so that you can know this is what I need. Or if your training organization is also having a such system where they are having also those questions in their learning management system, this can help you. So if you get above 85 in every task among those 35 tasks, so your chances of passing your exam, they are above 99%. So which means that if you prepare well, you are going to pass. And remember, this is a certification exam, which is worldwide. So as it is worldwide, they are not going, it is not a simple. So if it was a simple, everyone was going to get it, and it shouldn't all, it was not going to all fit. So it has to be really not, I don't say a complicated exam, but it has to be a serious exam. So, and it is a serious exam. So, but if you go through ECO exam contents, all of the certified tasks, and you check before the exam that you are mastering those, really your probability of passing is above 99% to pass. So today we are going to cover just 4 tasks in the pupil. The first one, it will be task 11, engage and support virtual team. And then the 12th task will be define a team ground rules, and then mentor relevant stakeholder as task 13, and then promote team performance through the application of emotional intelligence. This is what we are going to see, and also we can discuss here. We have also prepared some very few questions on every part so that you can try to see how they can trick you, and we will be giving you a chance for questions at the end of the presentation so that we make sure that we are not behind. So this is really in a brief. I have told you the value of the PMP certification and why you should be having it. I have told you how the PMP have helped my organization. I told you also how the PMP can help your organization in quality assurance, but also in security when they are having someone who is PMP certified, because if it goes wrong, if he misbehave, immediately you can report with evidence to PMI and the PMP certification is revoked. And once revoked, it is revoked from the ANSI, American National Standard Institutes, and then also the US Department of Defense. It is also removed, and then immediately you are flagged worldwide that you have malpractice in project management, so you can't go anywhere. So it is a security to your organization, and then to you as an exam taker, it will give you a lot of opportunity in terms of really consultants and for worldwide opportunities. So in a brief, this was the introduction, and anyone who can contact me, you can see the contacts there. But most of the time, better through emails, because maybe through WhatsApp and so on, I may not be available. You know, when you are a project manager, you are having projects that you are running. And so sometimes to be on chats, it is maybe after like a 6 p.m. it is when someone can be free. That is even why they are putting this preparation in evening. This is why I have accepted this. It is because I may be available. Maybe another thing which is just remaining to say, it means that to pass the PMP exam doesn't mean that everything is okay. There is what we call recertification. Also, you have to continuously learn, because technology change, environment change, policy change, and so on. So you have really to update yourself every time. And remember, it is not the PMP certification which is going to perform the work. You are the one to perform the work. So what the PMP will do, it is just to prove, to validate your skills. But attitude towards assignment that will be having, it is the most important, which is totally different from the PMP certification. So always, but there are different skills that you learn, that you get while really doing the PMP certification training, but also you have to be ready to know how to cooperate with your clients, with your employer, and so on top of having a certification, because the certification does not perform the job. So let us go to the engagement and support of virtual teams. I believe this is really something everyone here knows very well, because with COVID, I believe everyone got experience. But remember, what are really the challenges with the virtual teams? So you have to check, what do you need? First of all, you need to know the time zones. For example, the PMI had to know that we are in Central African time, which is now we are 7:14, and I think you are having a different timing. And when you are having people from different time zone, the availability becomes a challenge, because the common to say this person will be available, this will be available, so let us really have this meeting, or also to design shifts. You design shifts of the team members based on the time zones. Or if they are going to work in odd hours, they have to be communicated before. Then another thing, the language barrier. This is really something very, very important to know, because to not understand someone in communication does not mean that someone is not expert in that field. So you have to make sure that you know the language barrier of your teams, and then maybe sometimes you can find a translator, or you can find someone in between, or you can find someone speaking the same language, so that really people understand each other. Why? In the last training that we've provided, we have told you that communication is really the most important, because a project manager spends 90% of his time just communicating. Then in communication, there is where the communication comes from. There is a recipient of the communication. And then when you are sending a communication, within that path, you are having what you call noise. The noise can come from different things. It may come from technology. Maybe you have sent an email, then it went into spams. It may come from the language barriers. It may come also from maybe from culture. Maybe what you mean is different. It does have a different meaning from the destination. So it means that the noise, always you have to make sure that you remove all of those noise, so that what you have communicated, it has been understood by the team. And also, you have to check if the communication have reached there. And then you should be having also the feedback from the other team. So what is the reaction? What is really the feedback about my communication? And then you can say something. But sometimes project managers, they just send the emails, or send WhatsApp, or send anything, or send letters, I don't know. And then immediately they sit and they think that they have done something. Please, you didn't do anything until you know if the communication have reached, you know if the communication have been understood, if you know also you know the feedback from the recipients, from the receiver. So examine virtual team needs. You were maybe thinking that this is something very easy, but it is not. You can think, okay, maybe it is to use maybe Zoom, maybe to use Team, maybe to use what. No, it is beyond that, because you are just reading the team with whom you are not together. And people are in a different location and with different culture. You can provide, you can give a message and become highly understood depending on the culture of another team member. So really, to examine the virtual team needs, it is a task which is not really easy. It is a task which will be requiring maybe time zone. This is nothing. It is very simple. But the language barrier, you can't know all of the languages. Now, when it comes to culture diversity, it becomes also very challenging. For technology, okay, up to this time, and also with there are different tools that can be utilized in terms of technology. And when people, it is just a matter of training. But culture, and language barriers. Those are really the key issues. Not only that, another thing, it is about availability. Availability, not in terms of time zone, availability in terms of other assignments that someone is having. So because you can come and you forget that the team member in another location was also having another activity he was working on, and then immediately you schedule him on another activity while he's working on that other activity because you are not together. So it is really examine the virtual team needs. This is the first thing that we have to do when you are engaging and supporting the virtual team. So you have to investigate alternatives as well. So communication tools that can be utilized, collaboration platform, meeting schedule, and so on. But when you are talking about meeting schedules, did you get the confirmation that someone will be attending? So if you didn't, and you have sent, and you go, you sleep, you think that someone really has understood. So you have also to implement options for virtual team engagements, like video conferencing, daily stand-up meetings, team building activities. Those are the things that you can do. So we are just like explaining, after evaluating, after examining the virtual team needs, we are showing what you can do. So continually evaluate effectiveness of virtual team engagement strategies, adjust as necessary to improve performance and collaboration. But in a one word, it is about communication. 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 The sender, the receiver, there is a noise.
Dr. Innocent, we can't hear you. Hello, Dr. Innocent. I'll just try to bring him back to the meeting. I'm pretty sure he's having a challenge with his connection. Apologies for this. We just wait for a bit as he tries to sort this out.
Very sorry, I have been disconnected. Up to which slide was I when I was disconnected? Because I realized when I was ending.
Yeah,
Nelson.
You were disconnected very shortly. Maybe if you share your screen, I'll be able to point you to the slide that you are on.
Yeah. That I think I was here.
If you can share your screen, you can't see your screen.
Okay, let me. I'm just trying to share.
Okay.
Yeah, apologies.
Yes, this is the one. You are on
Okay,
this
this is the
slide.
one.
Yes.
That's So I have ended just by saying that the communication, when you are talking about engaging and supporting virtual team, now this is coming to the real situation of applying communication as a project manager who spends 90% of his time just communicating. And the noise within the communication now becomes high when you are dealing with virtual teams. Why? Availability of the virtual teams. I had decided that you might have someone and you think that you assign it to him or to her an assignment, an activity, while he may be working on another activity. And because you are not together, you are not seeing that he's working or she's working on another activity. So that's really when we are talking about availability, time zone is okay. This is number one, but it is very easy to see. But availability, when we are talking about resource leveling, you can assign an expert two different activities in the same time, because virtually you can't see that someone is working on that. And also sometimes the culture difference also, maybe someone may not be open to immediately tell you that just he was or she was working on something else. Maybe, anyway, many things. So noise, the sender, the receiver, to know if the message have been sent, to know if the message have been received, and to get the feedback from the receiver. This is something really very, very important to know. So I believe now you understand that supporting virtual teams is something very complicated. So to better understand, let us take a pause with very few questions. Let me give you the link. Let me give you the link so that okay, this is the link. Those are the questions which are on Engage Virtual Team.
Yep, the link has been posted on the chat. For those who are just joining, the link to the question the questions has been posted on the chat.
No response yet.
Do you have any responses yet?
Not yet, but I'm sure they are working on it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we have several questions, right?
Yes, we have. But here, those are just five questions, not too much.
Okay.
Just for them.
Okay. So once you're done, if you're done with the 5 questions, I'm sure you'll get an instant result. So just post it on the chat. For those who are just joining, the link to the questions has been posted on the chat. Feel free to post your results on the chat. They got 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 1 out of 5. You can post it on the chat. Okay, I see we have 34 that I've done. We are 73 in this meeting. Still need more to maybe just 2 more minutes, and then we can continue. But what do you think, Dr. Henderson?
Yes. On 7:38 in 2 minutes.
Okay, then. Let's keep doing. For those that are not, have just joined, I'm posting the link again on the chat so that you can click and take the questions.
Okay. So welcome back. I believe now you understood why engaging virtual teams is something very complicated. So you have to make sure that you understand the time difference, the language barrier, the culture, and technology. The most complex is culture, because what you say may mean something in another society. And you have to utilize maybe the last chapter where we'll be having what you call emotional intelligence. This is where it will be coming to complement what we have started with. Now, second, you as a project manager, there is what you call really team ground rules. Without rules, everyone is correct. And if everyone is correct, now it is chaos. So you have to have ground rules. Without ground rules, you are doing nothing. Working at the PMI is different from working in another organization because ground rules are different. Values and the principles of organizations are different, as well as the stakeholders. If you have an organization where different stakeholders are multinational, you understand how really communication becomes much more delicate. and also the culture of that organization, it will be different from the culture of an organization with only one nationality. So assure that everyone understands the culture and the ethical standards expected within the organization. Don't offend others. So, and you may offend others unwillingly without knowing, but don't expect that someone to understand or to know that we have done it unwillingly. So make sure that you understand the organizational value and principles, as well as the team, the stakeholders' really values and cultures. So there should be ground rules you have to follow for this. There are also working agreements. There will be some communication protocols, who communicate to who receive, who sends, who is who, and also the meeting norms. If you are meeting maybe every week, maybe every 2 weeks, maybe every month, or maybe every Monday and Friday, and so on. And also decision-making procedures. It starts with this, and then this one sign. Then when this one have signed, the other one will sign. This cannot sign before of this. So, you should be knowing also hierarchy, which is there. So because the communication, so the ground rules, when they are there, now you can start to operate. Without ground rules, it is chaos. So collaboratively define how the team will operate day to day and define behavioral expectation. They should be respect, accountability, and also punctuality. So you have really to lead as an example, by example. You have to be a servant leader. You have really to check if people are following the ground rules, and you can do adjustments when necessary. So it means without ground rules, it's chaos. So if you want to manage a project, you have to make sure that all of the team members, they are having ground rules and they are understanding clearly what is it. Because I told you that in the communication, because this is a part of also of communication, because we have to communicate, we have to give those ground rules, we have to make those ground rules and discuss with the people and communicate to them. But if you give a message, there may be a noise, maybe a misunderstanding. Did you check if the message have reached there? Did you check if everyone got ground rules? Did you check if they have understood? So really, that's the norms that you have that must define the entire project, how the project is going to be implemented. Because remember, there is what we call strategic alignment. Everything that we are doing, it has to be responding to the vision of the organization, the mission of the organization, the goals of the organization, strategic objective of the organization. We are not just doing projects just for the sake of doing projects. They are responding to the goal of the organization. And also an organization is different from another organization. It is having its own culture and its own principles that have to be followed. So you are doing a project for an organization, you have to follow their value and their principles. You are also with the team members. Team members, multicultural team members with different backgrounds. Without ground rules, it will be a total mess. So I believe you understand better than me because you are coming from different countries, and some may be working in a global organization where they are having people from different countries. So you understand that the ground rules, it is the key. So you can't perform better in your projects if you don't really display ground rules and make sure that everyone have received and everyone have understood and everyone is going to follow. So there is no joke. So maybe because we were coming from the previous questions, maybe the time is not yet much. Let us be omitting the questions for task 12, and let us go to the other, and then we will be doing the questions at the same time. So mentor relevant stakeholders. Remember, we have started with what? We have started with virtual teams, then ground rules, now relevant stakeholders. You know, you have to, first of all, in the project initiation, you have to identify stakeholders. Then you have to do what you call stakeholder engagement matrix, where you know this stakeholder is having this role in our projects, and maybe he's aware or not aware, he's supportive or maybe resistant. So you have to make sure that you know relevant stakeholders and then you mentor them. Why? The project starts with stakeholders and ends with stakeholders. Even the exam of the PMP, they will be giving you a scenario. One stakeholder have been and then have asked just a change on this, what will be your next course of action, or what are you going to do? So stakeholders, really you have to make sure that stakeholders are on the side of the project. If they are not supportive, you have to engage them so that they become supportive. If they are not aware and you know that they are very important for that, you have to make them aware so that they know. So really stakeholders, when you don't really take care of stakeholders, it can become a bigger challenge for your project. So you have to assess stakeholder engagement needs and grow opportunities. So understand who benefits from mentoring and in what area. So who needs really your contribution, your mentorship, and in which area, what really. So allocate time for mentoring and knowledge transfer. So you have to integrate mentoring into your leadership responsibilities without sacrificing project delivery. Anyway, we are not here just to assist stakeholders. We are here to make the project successful. Everything that we'll do in mentoring relevant stakeholders, it have to be aligned with the strategic objective of the project. You are doing it so that your project can be accelerated, so that it can be completed on time, so that it can be completed under budget, so that you have not utilized much money. So always, whatever you are doing it just for supporting the project, not really just making people happy. Yes, they have to be happy because happy people are more productive. You have to make them very happy, but towards your organization, not your project, not just really toward anything outside of your project. Outside of the project is a social life. It is outside of your projects. So you have also to empower stakeholders to take initiatives and ownership. So focus on teaching how to think, not just what to do. So you are actually, I don't even think that for the time being, there is any project manager who force people to do something. No. Because now you may even find yourself in a team of experts, even who knows what to do, but maybe who are the first time to work within your organization, or the team members are new to each other. So it is not to focus on showing what to do. It is to focus on teaching how to think and how to do things, and also getting information, getting ideas from the team members. Actually, the project manager title, you are just like more a facilitator rather than the manager. Because managing people, it is something very complicated, but you can facilitate them. So the terms of this era, this time, it is about being a facilitator rather than being a manager. When you are a facilitator, you just facilitate the teams to work, you just interact with them, you are with them, you collaborate with them. Maybe the last chapter where we'll be talking about emotional intelligence, it is where we are going to understand what really I mean here. So mentor relevant stakeholders. So you are more a mentor, a coach, a facilitator, then a manager. Those are the keywords during the exam that we have to understand. And beyond that, they are going to say you have to be a servant leader. So the servant leadership, it is something that's really needed rather than management. So management is very hard, but leadership, servant leadership, mentorship, coaching, facilitator. So those are the true keywords that have to be utilized so that you remain together, so that people really can perform highly, so that people make sure that people are happy and they enjoy and they like really the project. They say, I'm happy to have joined this organization on this project. I'd be happy if other project of this kind can remain there, can come, can. So when you are having the team members who are happy, who are highly excited with the project, now the productivity comes in. But when you are having team members who are just working just because you are telling them to work, now it is obsolete. So mental relevant stakeholders, and also having ground rules, as we have been saying, this is the most important. So let me come also to around 10 questions on that, so that when we will be reaching to question and answers, you tell me, you ask very good questions. You will ask very good questions. Why? Because we are having what we call test and learn. Before you test, you can't know if something is complicated. Okay, so now this is the part 2. You can start to work on it. Most of the time, I have been putting some keywords where you will be seeing the distractors, so that you know, okay, maybe you are not seeing the answers. I will be asking if you are getting them, but anyway, all of the questions, they are just trying to to distract you. There are some keywords they utilize so that you think that the answer is the wrong one, like in the exam. Okay, so work on this, and also you'll be working on the other one. And once we are done, and then we go into question and the answers.
Okay. So how many minutes are we giving for this one?
Just 5 minutes because there are 5 questions.
Okay, then. Thanks.
So at 8:1, we'll be done with this.
Okay. Thank you. The link is posted on the chat.
So I think this time people have been much more careful. But what I need also to say, getting less is not a problem while learning, because you are identifying the weaknesses and you are discovering that the question may be very simple, but they trick you and then you don't get it. So it is just to help you learn how to do the assessments. So I believe it is very good. Let us go to the next step, maybe the last chapter, and then you will be doing the last assessment and then go to question and answers. So this was just reading a mentorship. Let us go to the other one, promote team performance through the application of emotional intelligence. Actually, the project management is about interpersonal skills that a project manager will be having for the success of the project. And among the interpersonal skills, there are those technical skills, but you should be having also the power skills. So emotional intelligence, it is now being utilized, and it is the most needed for strategic managers. You can see here, the manager looks like a team member. He looks like really a team member. What really does it mean? Everyone will feel comfortable working with him so that the project becomes successful. So you have to understand, to assess and understand the team members' emotional triggers and behaviors. So the emotions can really affect individuals and the team performance. So you have really to make sure that you know this. You have also to lead by example in how to manage pressure. You understand if you have never got any pressure in the projects, you are not a project manager yet. You will be a project manager once you are having a program that you are managing and all of the projects are starting to go wrong. And then everyone is pressurized. Even your bosses even don't need to hear. So if also you get a pressure, then you can be in a coma and go to hospital, and then the project is not is going to die. So you have to make sure that even in a very complicated circumstances, you have to control your steps. You have to control your pressure. And if you are having a pressure, how about the team members? So you have to encourage them. So sometimes people may think that conflictual situations are just personal. No. You will find that the conflict will become personal if it has not been addressed, when the root cause have not been addressed. All starts just with the schedule. You can have conflicting schedule, and then immediately team members on different activities can start conflicting because of the schedule. Team members can go into conflicts just because of resources, but not because of themselves. So there are many things that can create really conflicts. So how can you manage the pressure, anger or disappointment constructively? How can you do it? So, okay, take it just as simple. This is something happening. This is work. And then immediately you can remove some impediments. You help, you assist, you say, what is really the challenge? What can I help? And if you help, then if the impediments went out, now people are okay and they are happy. So I believe that you understand that emotional intelligence is now the most important things in project management. People recruitment companies, they are no longer much focusing just on expertise, because the expertise can come with time. They can be trainings, they can be whatever, but they check attitude. So, and the attitude is much more connected with the emotional intelligence. You have to be someone who can really understand others, who can cooperate. Your expertise does not mean anything, do not mean anything if you can't cooperate. So you have also to create a same emotionally safe environments. And you have to be, you should be creating an environment where open communication is there. So remember, the PMP is preparing you to work anywhere, from anywhere, with people from any country. So the culture difference, you have to recognize the culture difference, the inclusivity. You have really to welcome all cultures. You have to include all team members. You have to include all of the stakeholders. You have to be empathetic. You have to listen to people. You have to react to the feedback positively. And you have really to build a trust and healthy relationship. So it's emotional intelligence. Now, do you know that in a project, you can have just like 20 experts and highly expertised 20 team members, but still the project fails because of lack of emotional intelligence, because of lack of active listening skills, because of lack of collaboration, because of lack of inclusivity, of accepting that people are different. So really, every project manager have to be ready to accommodate all cultures, but within the ground rules. So as this is just like the last topic that we have to provide, let me remind you the connectivity of all of the topics that we've got. We have started with remote teams. With the remote teams, I have told you that the communication now becomes a challenge. And remember how many communication channels? It is n times n minus 1 over 2. So if you have just like 100 team members, can you understand how many communication channels will be there? It is the 99 times 100 over 2, which is the 50 times 99. You will understand how many communication channels are there. Now the people are remote in different locations. So the communication to go and know that it is reached and know that it is understood and also know the feedback. It is something very complicated. So we have found that the location, the language barrier, the culture, and the technology are the most influencing the remote team. Those are 4 keywords that we have to understand. Time zone, language barrier, culture, then the last, but really not the least, in addition to culture, you will be having let me come on that page. We'll be having the technology like the one we are utilizing. So now, after engaging or the issue of virtual teams, then we have seen ground rules. I told you that if no rules, now everything is chaotic. You can't manage. So before really managing a project, make sure that the ground rules are there. And also team charter have to be there. Every team member will be having a contract, which is very specific, and also responsibilities are very clear. And also you'll be having communication channels, and you will be having ethical behavior policy that will be having. So now, after ground rules, we have seen mentorship of relevant stakeholders. I told you that in a project, you start with stakeholders and you end with stakeholders. You know what we call stakeholder engagement matrix? The most common is RACI, where you know responsibility, accountability, to be consulted and to be informed. This is a type of RAM. Responsibility assignment matrix. So you will have now the emotional intelligence. Now, because you are having the stakeholders, now you have to know they are having different culture. They are coming from different countries. They are having different needs. They are having different social issues, and they have to be at the work. So emotional intelligence comes as a cement. So you may think that this is the simplest content, but this is the most important content while really managing projects. Why? Technical skills, everyone can get, and you can train and people can get them. But leading people, it is something that require people to have really advanced soft skills, advanced power skills. So I'm so happy to tell you that we are done with today's sessions. Now let me give you maybe test for the last one, and then immediately we will be coming to question and the answers, and then we'll complete. After those questions, when I give you those questions, I will give you also another guidance on what can you so that you pass this. So this is the form for practice questions on this last part, and then we go to question and answers. So we'll be coming back to question and answers after 80 minutes. Let me see, 8:25. Let me see, okay, 8:25, and then we'll be having 35 minutes of question and answer. Thank you. Very sorry that I'm utilizing my time zone, which is here, and I'm sure you are having your own time. So try to check from here. Where I am is 8:18 p.m. Thank you. I come at 8:25.
The link is posted on the chat. I see a hand raised. Would you like to say something?
Yes, Doc. I don't have access to the chat. It says I'm no longer a participant. I'm not sure what's happening here.
Maybe you want to exit and then come back into the meeting. That could be the reason.
Okay, let me do that.
All right. Yes, Farida. You can unmute.
I can't see the link.
It's in the
I don't
chat.
Yes, I tried to check.
Yeah, it's actually the only thing in the chat right now. I don't think anyone else has posted anything. Yeah. Yeah, someone has it has been reposted again. Have you seen it? If you
No.
are in the WhatsApp group, I've posted in the WhatsApp group as well.
Okay, let me.
Yes, welcome back, welcome back. I am now back. Let me see how things are now. Okay, so far so good. In this last one, everyone is 5. Huh? Very few have 4. That's really wonderful. So as I was saying, we have to start with the end in mind, or we have to end with the end in mind. At the end of the day, we need people to be PMP certified. How? It's a matter of having echo in your hands, exam content. After completing the instructor-led training, you have to follow the echo exam content. Remember, in the pupil domain, we are having 14 tasks. As you can see, we have started with 11 up to the 14th. Means that in this quarter, all of the pupil domain task, we have completed them by today. They are now all complete. In the process, we have 17 tasks. In business environments, we are having 4 tasks. So in total, you will be having 35 tasks, and your echo shows them very, very clearly. This is number 1 that you have to check after completing your instructor-led training. And then you start to do the exam prep by utilizing that roadmap, your own exam prep. This is what the PMI is trying to do for sub-Saharan candidates. If you see the way we are giving you this training, every instructor is having some task from different domain that is providing. So it is just like to mimic what you should do while doing your own preparation. What are the tools available with the PMI? There are 2 tools. Okay, there are other tools, materials, and so on, but the digital tools that you are having, you will be having the PMP study hall. In case maybe your learning center doesn't provide the access to the learning management system that which is having the practical questions, the practice questions, then you will be having the PMI Infinity, which is the PMI AI that can help you with different keywords that can help you. So it is appropriate really to the project management. So with that, you can say that I'm going to pass the exam if in all of the knowledge area you are scoring above 85 in your post-training assessment on every knowledge area. Really, if you score that and you fail, it will mean that maybe it is how can I say? In French we say malchance. I don't know how can I say this? Because I'm more French than English. But I mean, when you have done the post-training assessment and you were getting above 85, your chances of passing the exam, the probability is above 95%. Another thing that we have to know, don't cram, never cram. Why? No single questions that you will be doing that can come back as it is. What may happen? You may see in your practices, a question is coming. There is maybe A is the answer. So in the real exam, they can ask a question that needs B to be an answer, another question which needs C to be an answer, another question which needs D to be an answer. So which means after doing a question, you have to read the explanations, the feedbacks, and get to know, even for the wrong answers, what could be the question, what can be the question if the answer should be this. So in brief, this is what I wanted to say. This is what I wanted to summarize. And I can say that really failing is not an option if someone have prepared, yeah, bad luck. Yeah, sure. So, or bad chance. So it means that really the passing the exam, you have to make sure that you have covered all of the equals exam content. And you have done the post-training assessment, the practices, and you are having above 85 in every domain. And then you are going to pass your exam. So good luck. And thank you for being with us. Now you can ask questions.
I'm just going to, okay, we have a question from Uche, and I'm going to enable the mics for everyone. So if you have any question, just feel free to unmute and then ask the question. Uche, you can unmute.
Good evening, Dr. Innocent and Mr. Nelson. Good evening.
Good evening.
Fellow classmates. Yeah, actually, today is the first day I'm joining. And in your closing remarks, you talked about post-exams questions and all that. So my question is, how can one lay hands on the post-exam questions? One. Number two, this training, are they recorded so that I can go back and have a look at the ones I've missed so far? Thank you.
Yes, maybe some questions can be answered by myself, but Nelson can add. So now the post-training assessment questions, you can subscribe to the PMP study hall and those questions will be there. And then for the recording, I'm very sure the recording are being taken because you see recording and transcription in action, but Nelson can elaborate much more.
Yes, we do record all the sessions. We have 2 sessions a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We do record that and we share recordings and the presentations that our instructors have allowed us to, mostly the next day after the session or on Friday we share everything. For recordings, we mostly share them on Fridays, as long as the registration links for the next week, like for next week's presentations as well. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Thank you.
I have also shared the link to study hall if any of you would like to have a look at that as well.
Okay, sorry, is it on the chat that you shared
Yes.
it? Oh, okay.
Yes, on the chat. I'm also going to share the link to the WhatsApp group on the chat as well. Any more questions? Just feel free to ask, even if it's not related to this specific topic. This is very open. We still have a lot of time today. Yeah, go ahead. I see a hand raised. Makinana. You can unmute, Monobisi. Okay, we'll go to
So sorry for that. Nelson, I missed some of the test. So can I just request that you resend the links? I just want to do that just after the class.
Yeah, I will share. I'll share this tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
McLean.
Yeah, I just wanted to get clarification on the roadmap. I think I did not hear you properly. How can someone get this document if it is a document, or if it is a link? How can I access it on a PMI website? Thank you.
By link, you mean the PMI study hall link? Okay, if that's the case.
For the PMI study hall, I, as of now, I'm using it. I know how to use it, but Dr. Innocent talked about the roadmap, so I did not hear properly.
Okay.
Yes. Can you clarify more about the roadmap?
Yes.
And how can we access it?
Yes, it is just the PMI, the eco, PMP eco exam content. So the PMP eco exam content, let me share the link here so that you can download. Wait.
Okay. Thank you.
Let me share here.
Yeah. As you're sharing, Dr. Innocent, I just wanted to reiterate that it is important that you focus on the exam content outline that is being shared as opposed to the PMBOK. PMBOK is just one of the reference guides that I used for the PMP. There's so many others that I used for PMP. So the focus should be on the exam content outline and not the reference material.
Yes, because the PMBOK, it is for CAPM, it is for PMP, it is for Agile, it is for program, it is for portfolio. So it is just a reference of many things so that you may even be confused. But when you are on the exam content and you find that maybe there are things that you don't understand, then you can go in the PMBOK on the specific page, which is having that content. This is how you can utilize the PMBOK. But while preparing the exam, PMP eco. This is number one. Okay. We have Lamek.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the presentation, Dr. Innocent. So my question is, when you talk about study hall, probably the question may go to Innocent or Nelson. I've been using the PMI Infinite, the ChatGPT. Okay, I mean it gives simplified information, but from your experience, is there a difference between using the PMI Infinite and the PMI Study Hall?
Anyway, for the PMI Infinity, this is just an AI. And the AI will be giving you the information based on the prompt. But the PMP Study Hall, it has been prepared 100% to respond to the PMP exam, while the PMI Infinity is just like when we are talking about the PMBOK, because the PMI Infinity will be having many information. It's just like a dictionary.
Okay. So you are advised to focus on the PMI Study Hall.
No, the PMI Study Hall, yes, the PMP Study Hall, this is the most recommended, the PMP Study Hall. Then the PMI Infinity is just like your dictionary on the keywords. When you want really to understand, when you want a definition of something, you want it in a light way so that really you can understand.
Okay. Get you. Thank you. And if I may ask another question, because when you talk about the PMI book, is that the one of like 20 pages, or there is a whole book which is the PMI in general, like version 7?
Yes, when we are talking about PMBOK, it means the project management body of knowledge. It is a book which is having several pages. So it is a bigger book, and it is utilized for different PMI certifications, just as for literature. So then it is different from what I have provided as the eco. This eco is just like the content, the outline of the material.
Okay, yeah. I failed to get the PM book. I don't know if there is a link to get it. Otherwise, I don't know.
Okay, so are you a PMI member? If you are a member, the PM book is provided free of charge online. If you are having your membership, it is very easy.
Yeah. Okay, so if I log in, I can get it.
Yes. Do you have the membership?
No, I just took the course, and I think I was given access to different documentation.
Yeah. So for having the PM book, you must be a member. And then you will be downloading free of charge.
Okay, yeah, I see. I have to check again.
So
the membership means payment, because I've been seeing these notifications about being a member or something like that.
Yes. Okay. Let me also clarify on that, because many people don't understand the reason of being a PMI member. Being a PMI member, you as a project manager, it is something very, very genius. Let me explain. Not only access of the PM book, yeah, this is number, okay, it's okay. But there are project management standards, different standards which are there. We are having, for example, change management standards. We are different standards. You can download and get them. But not only that, we are having what we call projectmanagement.com. Projectmanagement.com, let me share the link so that you understand really the importance of becoming the PMI member. Let me share the link.
Okay.
So now, when you are a member, automatically also you can join the projectmanagement.com. In the projectmanagement.com, they are having all of the project management templates from project charter. You can say, let me download the project charter and see the templates, and you can customize it on your project. You can also, so anyway, project management plan templates, you can get all of the templates that could exist. This is about the content, the access. And if you are a consultant, when you are having all of those templates, now it becomes very easier. But I'm not telling you to do what we call plagiarism. You have just to, you have to utilize them intelligently so that you are responding to your people rather than plagiarizing. Then also another thing, there are courses, there are meetings that they provide. There are events which are there. If you can attend those events, just like in 3 years, if you attend events of 60 hours, immediately you get 60 hours credits that you want just for your PMP certification to remain valid. So you understand that really the projectmanagement.com, it is just like a university. It is where you can learn many things. And when you attend all of those events with them, they bring knowledgeable people. Those high caliber people, they do the presentations there. The CEOs, those guys who even you can't think. So you will find them there, and they will be giving you the trends. They can tell you the trends up to 2030. They can say the trend up to 2050 and so on. So they are topics which are there, which are very interesting. So I'm encouraging you to be a PMI member. It is not just really membership. It is about now learning, getting access to the whole information free of charge.
Great. That's helpful. Thank you very much, Dr. Innocent.
Welcome, welcome. If you are a consultant, please be a member automatically. And all of the reports will be very easy for you because you will be having the standards to follow and to see, and the templates to see.
Right. Yeah, I see.
So I think questions, maybe they are very few. Maybe Nelson will talk about maybe the event that will be happening here in Kigali. And maybe if you remember in my presentation. So this is now Kigali Convention Center. So do you want in every presentation, when I do my presentation, always this page will be coming in. So
please, can you mute everybody so we can hear? We're having some background noise. Mr. Nelson, please.
Thank you. Okay. So, Nelson, can you say something on the event which is happening in Kigali, and if people who are joining now will be coming, will highly appreciate.
Thank you so much for bringing that up. First of all, I would like to thank you just for delivering this session, and answering all the questions from the candidates as well. And just want to mention that we have a very big event that is happening. It's an annual event, only happens on a yearly basis, once every year, and it moves from one country to the other. For this year, we focused on Kigali. It's going to happen in Kigali, and it's going to start on the 19th to the 21st of August. So that's just barely a week and a few days from now. If you haven't registered, or if you intend to attend, or if you're coming, it will be very good to connect with you. I'm going to share the link to the event on the chat, and you can, if you want to register, you can register. If you want to just find out more information about the event, you can do that. You should be able to meet Dr. Innocent there as well, and we can interact and engage more. This is an opportunity to interact with like-minded professionals, project managers all across Africa. We're expecting over 600 attendees as it stands today. We're probably going to get about 700 if we add the speakers and other attendees as well. So it's indeed a very huge event, and all are welcome. If you've never been to Kigali, this is a good time to take advantage and go to Kigali. I have shared the link on the chat that you can use to check more information about the event.
Yes, really, thank you very much. And also, I always attract project managers to think outside of the box. Now, the world becomes just a province, and the consultants is now coming, have never been. So think that the consultants is coming now. And an event of the PMI, it is an event where people who are coming to participate are well selected. Those are project managers, those are CEOs of organization, those are people, because to attend those events, and also it is requiring sometimes payments so that people can come there. So if you wanted to be a global consultants, a global community contributors, attend those events, you will meet all of the people from all over the world in just one single point, and you can do the network. And remember, those are the CEOs, project managers, and they are managing projects of billions and billions of money. And for the project they are managing, they want suppliers, they want vendors, they want providers, they want contractors. So really getting in that network, it is an opportunity of getting everything together on your table. So you are there to decide to eat or not. But let me tell you that those PMI events are the best in the world. You know, remember, project managers, they deal with sponsors. Wherever there is a money, there is a project manager. So if you come and you meet with those people, also you can gain something. Remember, now the richest people are the people who are having bigger network. Now, this network of PMI, it is not a simple network. It is now a network of project managers, of sponsors, of CEOs, and so on. Maybe this time we are not available, but next time, if you want to be a global expert, try to attend some, and some opportunities will be there. In any case, project managers, CEO, they need vendors, they need consultants, because without consultants, they can't run their project. So please attend. Thank you.
Okay. All right then. Thank you so much, Dr. Innocent. If there are no any other questions or comments, I think we will stop there for tonight. So I'm wishing everyone a good evening and good night wherever you are. Keep practicing. Those who are sitting the exams tomorrow or in the coming days, I'm wishing you all the best. Just stick to the plan, revise. Let's interact on the WhatsApp group as well. A lot of information is shared there as well. And Dr. Innocent, thank you so much again for this session. Have a good evening.
Yeah, have a good evening and thank you very much and all the best for exam takers. Please schedule your exam as soon as possible, nail it, and then start to enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.